And on the tarmac with Lutnick, Trump's chief economic advisor, you just saw Trump double down like he did last week and say nobody's been looking into Epstein. Why would anybody want to know about that? I don't know. Bill Gates and Bill Clinton and Steve Jobs' wife and all these other world leaders going to this island where there's underage kids and all the Mossad connections and the Israeli prime minister secretly getting caught over and over again going to his New York lair and Zorro Ranch and all the rest of it. Why would anybody want to know about that? You made it a major campaign issue, and your surrogates did, to bring all this out. That's why. And so then you say it doesn't exist last week, and you're the person behind it telling people to stop covering it. Then your surrogates all get in trouble, try to fall on their swords. Then you come out yesterday through Laura Trump and then yourself again at a press conference and say, yeah, go ahead and release anything Pam Bondi's got. And then now you say, I don't know why anybody want to look into this. Then on top of that, we now know that the video, the supposed proof that he committed suicide that's around a corner, can't even see his cell bay, has been heavily edited, not just a missing minute, but almost 3 minutes and a bunch of edit points with the metadata. Independent groups have looked at it. We've looked at it. It's true. And I'm just like, my God, Trump, you're not stupid. You couldn't come up with a plan better to discredit yourself and to get the Democrats to have congressional hearings and do all this stuff. Yes, we know the Democrats had control of the file. Yes, we know they obviously cut themselves out of it. That's all true. But your attempt to then tell people nothing to see here, move on, is called the mother of all Streisand effects. And Trump, I know you know what the Streisand effect is. In case you don't, you need to look into it. That's why Laura Trump, everybody else is backpedaling. It's why I've heard from DOJ sources that indeed you guys are looking at a special counsel. Good. Do the special counsel. Have them investigate it. We know you just got the stuff back in March. The Democrats were hiding it in New York. That's their problem. And of course, it's all stuff they cooked up or whatever, like they've done with Russiagate and the rest of it. But running away from it makes it only that much worse. Obviously, people came to Elon a few months ago and told him this was going on. He got scared, distanced himself, and I'm getting really concerned here at this point because the flip-flopping and the 180ing and the going back is just the biggest train wreck I've ever seen, and it's not in character for you to be acting like this. So we want your agenda to succeed. I've done deep research, never saw you involved with Epstein and criminal activity.
That's what I'm saying. It's not in Trump's character to be like, well, stop, just leave it alone. Like, in such a, this is a big deal. This is something that he's been talking about since 2019, probably even before that. Even before that, he's been talking about it. So this is not in Trump's character, and that's the thing that concerns me. It's like, yo, wait a minute. I get it. Like if it seemed like it was coming out of good faith that he was saying, yo, we need to drop it, because basically we already looked into it. We thought we had something, but it was a flop. If that's the case, matter of fact, let's continue, because I'm new to this. I don't know anything about it, but what you guys know about it, you might know a lot more about it than I do. But at the end of the day, man, I want to see all the information. I don't want to see videos of people with the children, but I want to see screenshots of the people in the rooms doing, I mean, that's about to or just finished doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. And we want to know exactly who they are, who's funding them, who's protecting them, all of those things. And money talks, man. People are powerful. People are protected. People have been unalived for less, for simply looking into their past, trying to figure out how to take certain people down. We already know that there's one wife, one first lady, who also ran for president, who was married to, let's just call her last name Clinton. There's like 40 plus people who were on their staff who were unalived during or shortly after their term. And some of them did it to themselves in ways that don't make any sense whatsoever. We don't know what they had on them. We don't know what was done. None of that. It's all speculation until we find out the truth. It's all conspiracy theory until we find out it's true. The Hunter Biden files was conspiracy theory until we started finding out, yo, this is actually true. We got the files. The whole Twitter staff has been released, replaced by Elon's staff, and they starting to put that information back out there. And then we figure out everything is not some type of made up story to bring somebody down. It's actually what the conservatives have been saying for a long time. Same thing with Biden losing his mind, essentially. That was just a thought. That was just a rumor. You know what I mean? That was a conspiracy that was being knocked out every single time. Karine Jean-Pierre never agreed to any of that stuff. Nobody in the White House agreed to it. Nobody on CNN nor MSNBC agreed to it on those panels that Biden was losing his mind. Joe Scarborough, I believe that's his name. This brother said, man, he's the sharpest I've ever seen ever. Like when I talk to him, the brother is so sharp. This is the sharpest I've ever seen Joe Biden, knowing good and well that he was just mush. He wasn't doing any business. Like, so at the end of the day, man, this is another one of those issues. We want to make sure that this is real or it's fake. Once we find out it's fake, we will drop it. But while we're believing that it's real, we're not going to drop it. We're going to keep it up. We're going to look into it. We're going to continue to press. Some people say we got bigger fish to fry. We do have bigger fish to fry. That don't mean drop it. Like, don't take your eyes off of it. Don't continue to look into it. Don't stop speaking on it. Like, we can talk about Rosie O'Donnell losing her citizenship, but we can't talk about getting justice for all them little girls in this whole Epstein case, where there are victims, there are people taking advantage of them. There are people guarding the door. There are people delivering them. There are people hush hush about it. There's a bunch of people who partook in these parties that involve these young children. So we want to know. We want to know. I don't think it's fair that they get to continue to move around this country, live the high life, because most of them are super rich and wealthy, live the high life without anyone knowing what they're really up to or what they have been doing in the last 20, 30 years. That should be out there. But we're going to wait until they're daggone looking like Tom Hanks, like looking like they got 2 years left to live before the information comes out. And then we're feeling bad for them because now they're senior citizens that's about to die any damn way. And we don't even want to put that on them or their families. Nah, this is what they get for taking part in these things. And now they're trying to tie Trump into it because it seemed like a good idea to the left to say, yes, this is the reason why Trump don't want to put it out there, because he is complicit. So my thing is this, Trump, if you don't want the left to act as if you're complicit or guilty of these crimes, then the best thing to do is just say, yo, we putting everything out there other than the names of the children. We can say how many children it was, but we don't have to say their names. Everybody else, say their names. Like Beyonce say their name when no one else around you. Say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game, say their name, say their name. That's what Beyonce said. And if Beyonce said, it's a law. Okay, let's continue.
So why are you acting like this? You made a deal with the establishment to leave you alone. Have they rolled over? U.S. intelligence we know is involved. Mossad, CIA, MI6, we already know that. But instead, you just continue to say nothing to see here, move along, though go ahead and release information, but there's no information to release. Contradiction for contradiction, flip-flopping to flip-flopping. 180s on 180s on 180s. Jesus, I'm on a roller coaster here. And then, it's only fake news is concerned. Like MTG and Tucker Carlson and myself and Joe Rogan and the American people. This is something that finally got our attention. People finally woke up to this. People finally understand, a window in the deep state with all this. And so you signing on to this and flip-flopping is just self-harming. I mean, please, President Trump, stop. If you want it to go away, just be quiet. It's like there's a gun to his head saying, you better come out and say none of this exists or we'll release it.
You hear that, right? This, come on. There's one brother that will put out a conspiracy theory, all right, that will end up being fact years later. This brother got kicked off of many platforms because He was putting out these wild, outlandish theories that ended up coming true. And now we're like, yo, who's going to apologize to this dude? No one is going to apologize to him. They're going to continue to move forward and act like nothing happened. What he's saying is where I'm getting at. It seems like someone has a gun to their head and are told that you need to just drop it. And that's not what I voted for. I voted for somebody that does what they want to do, say what they want to say, goes after the people he want to go after, and he's successful in doing so. It doesn't seem like anybody's running him. That's the person I voted for. But now it seems a little shaky. Not saying that he's a bad president. Not saying he hasn't done anything, because he's done a whole lot. He's done a lot more than Biden's done in 4 years. In the last 6 months, Trump has done more than Biden has done in the last 4 years. So I'm just saying, the brother is still kicking ass as the president, but this right here seems a little shady. I'm just saying, like, it don't seem a little shady to you? Come on, bro. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.